welcome back to Rachel and Bella Crafts. Rachel here. I hope you're all well. And my apologies first of all that it's been a little while since I've uploaded a video, but as many of you will know, we have been on holiday. I took a huge case full of craft stuff away with me with the full intention of doing stuff and catching up on things, and it didn't happen. We just had lots of fun and spent lots of family time together, so it was great and it was just what we needed. So sorry but not sorry, if that makes sense. We're just doing other things, but thank you for all your support and all your messages while we've been away, and thank you for all the views on our videos. We really appreciate your support. So I am back today to bring you the final challenge for our Facebook group, and also the final tutorial for this month's travel challenge, where we are doing flips, flaps and folds. If you are not a member of our Facebook group, it is called Junk Journal Trading Post with Rachel and Bella Crafts. You're more than welcome to come and join. And in the group there we do an event each week, or we try to do an event each week, and we're doing monthly challenges at the moment. So this month we've been working on travel journals and ideal little projects and things that you can pop into your journal that maybe you can do while you're away travelling, or take with you, or just to put your memorabilia and things like that in, keepsakes. So for today's project, I'm going to work on something with you. A project I was inspired by Natasha from Treasure Books, and it's based on her waterfall style journal. So I know we've already done waterfall flips that Rose did for us earlier in the month, but this is a slightly different take on it. I wanted to do a project that would incorporate postcards, because I don't know about you, but this is my tin from holiday, and in here this is all of our postcards and all of the little bits and pieces that I've picked up while we were on our travels. So I keep my receipts in there, and yeah, just any little bits and pieces that I think I might like to hang on to, or you know, little maps or things, places we visited. That all goes in the tin, but we do have a bit of a weakness of buying postcards, and quite a lot of places that we went to, actually we came across some quite good deals where they were on like sale and things for like 30p. Well, you can't leave them there for that price, can you? So I've been collecting postcards now for quite some time, quite a few years actually, and I'm always like, yeah, what do I do with them though? They're a bit big to make a pocket with them sometimes, and you know, I wanted to just try something different. So I thought, right, I'm going to give this a go. So what I'm going to do, this isn't finished yet. I'm going to show you how I created the shape and the actual structure, and then we will finish off this one that I started working on earlier on, because it's almost done, but there are a few bits and pieces I've left to do with you. So we'll come back to that in a minute. I'm just going to pop that up there and move that out of my way. So what you will need is, what you'll need are some sheets of paper. I have got a little variety here of different patterns, one thing or another, and I've also now got some coffee dye that I just wanted to add to it. So simply all I have done is take the sheet of paper, and because my printer prints with a white border around, which is rather annoying, obviously I take it off, but rather than cut it off, I just simply used my curly ruler. I'm sure it has a better name than that, but I'm going to call it my curly ruler. Bear with. And I've just simply edged every edge, and I did that to remove the white edging. I didn't take the white edging off first. I simply just used the ruler to do that. So I haven't lost any extra, you know, size. It's literally just that odd annoying like centimetre on the edge, but I just thought it was quite a nice shape, especially as my holiday journal is all you know, based around the seaside. So that's where we've been, so I thought these wavy shapes would be quite nice. So some of them came out really good, some of them didn't, but that's fine. So I'm just going to show you now the basics of how I fold this. For anybody that wants to know where this paper comes from, this one here and this one here, they are from Rose's latest kit, JournalsInTime. She's got the most beautiful travel kit out, and I absolutely love this page here. This pattern is just stunning. Beautiful kit, really enjoying working with it. This one here is from our lace kit, and this one here is from our Nanna's Roses kit. So that's just explained what papers I'm using, just in case anyone's wondered. One of them you'll notice is actually printed on the back of my printing. I'm just checking there's nothing on there that shouldn't be on the screen. No, that's fine. My printing test, but that's fine because we're going to cover that over. So I didn't want to waste it. But basically, what I've done is I've alternated a pattern page, and I've left the one side white on the back, and I've done that purposefully because well, you'll see why in a moment, but I think that will be like that. Yes, and then perhaps we'll pop that one in then maybe at the end. So what we do to start off is we take our first sheet and we're going to just fold. And now I don't measure anything. You know me, don't measure anything. Don't see the point. Just do it all by eye because it needs to look how you want it to look. So, like I say, take your first sheet and simply fold it in that shape. You're going to leave a nice big gap. So, for those of you that do want to know the distance, you haven't got an inch rule, I'm afraid. That there is approximately 8.5 centimeters. In width. So what I'm going to do now is open this page up, take this down. Here I'm going to leave the gap that I want to see on my edging from my waterfall. The reason I've dropped it down is just so that I can see where the line is of the previous fold, and then I'm going to just pop my nail in there to find my edge, and then we will fold that into place. Now obviously, because I've gone around with a curly edge, my edges are not going to be dead on straight, and that's fine. But what that should now do is give me a bit of a waterfall edge. Now if you do it and like I've just done there, it's not wide enough, don't worry, just go back and just fold a little bit extra more, because we're going to be covering over quite a bit of it anyway. So if you know, if you misfold, it's not the end of the world, just fold again. So there we are, that's a better distance there. I much prefer that. And then again, like I say, just making sure then that you kind of getting things in line. The next one then, again, we're going to bring this down. Let me do that way, I think. So I'm going to bring this now down here so I can see, and then work that into the center. Hopefully that will match up there now. Fold that down. Now you can spend as long or as little amount of time as you want shaping your papers. That's entirely up to you. But I've gone for a pretty basic fold process, and that's just to kind of get them in there and get it done. I know there's a tear on that page there. I'm not going to worry about that too much. I'm not going to waste it. I just going to I'll put a bit of washi tape on it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then again, this last bit here now, let's just leave that same amount of gap so it kind of looks fairly uniform. And then see where my fold is. Now obviously if you don't have your torn edges, it'll probably be a lot easier for you to have your nice straight ends, but I wanted my edges torn. I wanted it to look quite shabby, you know. I think that end there, look, is a little bit so what I could do, I can always either trim that down a bit, or I can pop another one in. So maybe let's try that, and we will bridge our gap like that. There we go. There we are. Where does that? See, it's not going to be editing all this out because you need to see that you don't get it right the first time, always. And like I say, yes, you can sit and measure each one so that you measure each sheet and they are a centimetre apart, but that's not what I wanted for this project. I mean, we've kind of gone up with a lot of torn, shabby kind of styles, haven't we, for this month? So I wanted to follow along with that. I didn't want it to be too uniform, so that's going to be just fine. I'm quite happy with that there. I'm happy with what I can see sticking out. So yeah, that's lovely. All right, so what I did next then was I took some of my pages and I've stitched around the edging. So I'll just show you this one here for an example. So as you can see, I've gone, can you see that there? I've gone all around the edging there now with some stitching, just a nice simple blue stitch. And I did that with each of the sheets that were in the Waterfall journal. So if you want to, you can add stitching around. If you don't want to, or you don't have a sewing machine, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to do that. It just adds a little bit of texture. Also, what you can do at this point, if you want to add lace to the edges of your pages, you can do that. So that's why I say I'm not too worried about these, because obviously a few I might want to put some fabric on the ends or some lace on the ends. I mean, you know, that'll look quite nice added in there. And again, it just adds to the waterfall effect. So the other important thing as well, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned this at the beginning, was once you've chosen your postcards, obviously just check that they will fit onto the first page. Now, if they'll fit onto the first page, they'll fit onto the subsequent pages, because obviously each page is then longer. The idea and design of this is that your postcard will stick out slightly, but you just need to make sure that that will fit into that first page. So that one fits there just fine. I'm quite happy with that. So now that I've shown you how I folded the Waterfall journal, so there's all the pages there, you can see are now in place. That's the center page, and then obviously as they go on, the bits that you can write on get bigger and bigger. So that's the basics. So now I'm going to show you what I did to the inside, and we can work on a few together. So the idea of what are we going to call it? I'm going to have to call it Waterfall Journal. The idea of it is that you will have lots of places to store your receipts, your tickets, whatever else that you pick up when you're on holiday, depending on what you're doing, and that you can utilize some of your postcards. So this is what I've done so far in mine. We'll come back to like the pockety things. The first thing I want us to focus on at the moment is the postcards. So I've affixed the postcard to each page. Like I said, I've been working with some of Rose's kit. She had these lovely little tabs in her travel kit, which is lovely. Really enjoyed working with those. So and they're the sort of thing I don't always tend to use. They tend to get just left in my scraps box, but I really wanted to utilize them this time, and they've been ideal for what I'm doing. So all I've done simply is to add washi tape to the back of the postcard. I've washi taped it to the top of the page, and I've added a tab, and then each postcard then can be used. So you have it here to have the view, obviously, for your memories of where you've been, and then on the back you can write on there, decorate it, do whatever you wish. So again, I've done the same with this one. Each one is slightly different in style, you know, and like I say, you can add what you want to them. If you want to then write about what you did when you went to that place, you've got the perfect spot to be able to do that. So those 3 pages there are done. I've also added in a few little pockets, did a little bit of collaging. As I said, I wasn't worried about the white pages. It's quite nice to have some white pages when you've got busy postcards, because you want to be able to see the visual, you know. This one here, I've done a little tuck with some little postcards that I've collaged on and stitched around, just so that we can write on, journal, that's the word I was looking for then. And this side then I've done my waterfall hearts, so they're in there, and I've put a little lace heart on the top just to keep the weight on the top, keep them down, keep them shut. And then this one here, which is the first page, what's getting in my way there? I have obviously stuck that there, and I've added in then an additional flip with a tag there. That was the tag out of our recent Hollyhocks kit. So you've got an extra writing spot there as well. And then on the inside of the first page, I have done a pocket. So, like I say, I've gone so far, but now I'm going to show you how I've fixed these into place. So again, this is it. It's nice and simple. I've just popped them in. But what is important for you to remember is when you're putting them into place, they need to be in the right position, because the idea is that they are all on show when your waterfall journal is closed. So as you can see, I've positioned them so that each one hangs just low of the page. So this one now needs to go here, so the tab will hang out. And I would like it if the postcards are the same length, I like them to kind of be in line. So I'm going to just pop that there like that. I'm happy with where that is. I'm going to grab myself some washi tape. I think I'm going to use this one because it's quite a nice colour and matches what is on the postcard. Oh, this is in Lynmouth. For anybody who was interested in where we've been to Devon. And yesterday actually I had the pleasure of visiting Linton and Lynmouth, beautiful little villages in North Devon. Quite a tragic story actually. The place was flooded in the 1950s, and quite a few people lost their lives, and they had to, you know, rebuild the town. But they've had some lovely memorials and museums there, you know, all about the story. So I haven't been for many years, so it was lovely to go back and revisit. So that's where that is, in case you were wondering. There we go. Now, if you want to, if your washi tape is particularly sticky and it's sticky on the back, you can always add another piece there. I'm not going to because I'm trying to conserve what I've got there, but you can add another section in there. So that's that one done. Now at this point, you will keep on going back and just positioning. It's the best thing that you can do. I'm going to bind the journal in a moment, but I want to do this bit first so I can make sure I'm happy with where everything's sitting. Let me just drop that in there again a minute. Where is that postcard? There it is. Let's just pull that. So what I'm trying to do is the ones we're writing on, I'm trying to get them so that we can kind of just see poking out where they are, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. Just make sure it's straight. Let's use this one, I think, because that's the right colour. It blends in nicely with the lace. Obviously you don't need to use washi tape to do this. You could do this with fabric. You could do it with lace scraps. You could do it with other pieces of paper that you've bent in half. You do it with some cardstock. I don't need to teach you how to make hinges. You all know how to make hinges. But yeah, so there we go. That's that one there. And then the last but not least, just shut it up again. Make sure everything's straight. My most favouriteest postcard of all. Where have you gone? Oh, isn't that lovely? That's where we went yesterday, on the Cliff Railway at Lynmouth. The one village is right at the top of the cliff and the other one is down the bottom, and they've got this fantastic little cliff railway that you can get on and have a ride down. So we took the boys there yesterday. That was a bit of fun. There we go. I'm telling a fib, it wasn't yesterday, sorry, it was Friday. Forgetting where I am. Right, there we are. I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to stick that into place there. And I think I'm going to use this lovely green one again, just to kind of match the theme of my postcard. But as you can see, this is not a complicated process. I think the longest thing that took me was probably putting my wavy lines on the edges of all my pages. That was probably the longest job. But once that was done, we were away. There we go. Right, so let's now close it up and see where they are all sitting. Right, so now you're getting the idea. Now obviously as you start to fill your journal, it's going to get quite bulky. So the next thing we're going to do now is bind it together. If I can find my box, there we go. Wonderful. And I just need my needle. There's one there. And I'm not going to need a huge amount of thread to do this, so I think I might be able to use one of these offcuts, because obviously we tend to cut it a bit long, don't we? And then you have these bits left over. I think that'll be long enough. Let's give that a try. Turn my machine. Naughty, keep leaving that on. Right, there we go. So I hope we've all had a good week. We've had the strangest of weathers. We've had all weathers this week. We drove down to our holiday in pouring rain. It rained all day on the Saturday. Sunday morning we got up. It was a little bit showery. And then, what happened then? Then we went up to the town and the sun came out. And actually it turned into a really nice day. And then after that, it just kept getting better and better. And we had a fabulous week. And then I think Thursday afternoon, showers came in, and then Friday we had a couple of showers, and then it tipped down then. As we were packing, because we decided then to drive home Friday evening to miss all of the traffic on Saturday morning. Mum and Dad had come on back earlier in the day and I'd spent hours and hours and hours in traffic. So while we were having our lunch down at Lynmouth, we were like, should we go tonight? Should we just go back and pack up? We'll have all day at home then on Saturday. I can unpack, tidy the house. Yep, great idea. So we got back to the house, packed, cleaned, did everything within an hour, and we were on the road, which was great. Didn't hit any traffic. We're home then by, I think, 9 o'clock in the evening. And it was a good job we'd come home, because our boiler had been leaking and was pouring through the ceiling downstairs. So it never rains, but it pours, I guess. So yeah, it was rather relieved we came back when we did, because otherwise the mess might have been quite a lot worse if I'd left it another day. So hence my confusion of the days, because yesterday was spent getting hold of a plumber, and thankfully a family member who is a plumber came straight over and he was able to fit us, and we had to have a new boiler, sadly, but it's all done. So by the evening, showers were up and running, heating was back on, and we were all fixed. But yes, my goodness, what an end to a holiday. But there we go. Right, so I'm just gonna knot that. Now obviously there wasn't an awful lot of string left on there, because I had used some scraps, but that's okay. That's what we're here to do, use up what we've got, aren't I? I just want to try and pull a bit more through there if I can, a minute, and then perhaps I can, yes, that's better. Just would like to get that under there if possible. There we go. Right, and then I'll just knot them, I think. Okay. Ooh. There we are. Right, so there we go. That's our little journal now bound, and it's moving much better now. It's not flopping out of place now all the time, and you can start to see now how it's going to come together. That is not straight, that's annoying me. This is another reason why I don't instantly double washi, because sometimes, oh, it's not the card's not straight, it's my washi tape isn't straight. Oh, dear me. Let me just double check that now. Is that out far enough? Is that where I want it to be? It's the brilliant thing about washi tape, isn't it? Is that you can just correct those mistakes so easily. when something's not quite right. There we go. Hopefully that's a bit straighter. You've probably got a better view than me up there. You're probably saying, no, it's still not straight. Oh, it's better. Better than it was. There we go. So that's that one done. And here we've got this one. And then we've got this one. Okay, so I'm just going to show you very quickly the kind of things that I did to decorate and to add further pockets and embellishments. Just put my binding kit in the drawer, for that was missing. So I've used a variety of things. I've used some some more vintage papers just to back in. I did some stenciling to cover up some of the white. Obviously I've worked then with some of the elements out of the kits that I've got here. I've got a couple of kits here on my desk. So I've got our travel kit. I've cut up the ephemera from that. I've got Rose's travel kit, and I've got all the huge amount of ephemera. That was amazing. Love this page. This is a beautiful envelope. And then yeah, a few more bits and pieces then from our vintage blue kit I think I was also using. So yeah, I've popped a nice little writing spot there, and there's a hidden spot then underneath there as well. Like I said, I did the waterfall pockets, not pockets, writing spots that Rose showed us how to do. I think that was 2-3 weeks ago. It's all linked in our, all the links are in our challenges though in the Facebook group. So if you've missed anything, you can go back and do it. I've done a little pocket here, a little tuck, and I've just done some collaging on some postcards there, and that was just, you know, extra writing space there. This one here now has got a little pocket in, and I'm just about to add a little bit of ephemera into here. There we go. Didn't want the pocket to be too big, and I've just stitched around the one side just to kind of give it a bit of texture. And I've added a little ticket there, and that is again from the kit, and I've just added some washi tape around that. Again, just something different. And if you want to journal in, you can journal around or on the back of your postcard. So this one here now, I'm going to just add a few bits and pieces in. So I may speed me up, because I'm sure you don't want it all just sit watching me do this. Added some lace to the edge after binding it. I've also put a little tie, which you may have noticed I threaded through the binding, and I've also glued under the lace. I did forget to put it under that and I had to lift that up, but that's all right. So for a little plate on the front just to finish it off. And as you can see, you've got that nice little bit of lace detail on the back as well. And if I just give you a quick flip through. So the first page, we've got this lovely pocket with a collage in the background, and then obviously we can pop some of our ephemera, whatever kind that might be in there. Got our first flip with a postcard, and then this one here we've got an additional flip for writing space underneath there as well. And then on to the next page where we've got our little waterfall journaling spots, as demonstrated to us by the lovely Rose. And then we've got another postcard then, again, affixed to the page with some washi tape and with one of the little tabs on. Got writing space then on the back of your postcard, and then you've got a little text spot there on that page to add some more ephemera. I did a little bit of collage on this one. Again, a little pocket with some of the heart pockets. And we've got our next postcard then, all ready to be written on, and I've just done a little bit of collage detail with one of the journaling cards. On this side then we've got a nice text spot. We've used some ephemera from the travel kit and from Rose's kit there, and I've just stitched around the edge of that just to give it, oh, I do apologise, sorry, she wasn't in frame. There we are, I've stitched around the edge of that just to give it a bit more you know, texture. And then this side we've got our next postcard, again just bound in with a bit of washi tape, and I've put a little pocket here, a text spot, whichever you want to call it, just with some more bits and pieces out of the kit. And then the next page, this one I did a multi-pocket. So I took some of the journal cards from the kit and I've just stitched around the edge. I don't know if you can see that, let me just lift that up for you. So if you can see, I've stitched around each one of those just to give it a bit more definition. And then I've just stuffed each of the pockets. I've layered them, you know, in a bit of a haphazard way, and I've also added some faux vintage tape to kind of make it look like it's been, you know, just plonked on. But yeah, so that's 4 great sized pockets we've got in there now. For you to add in your ephemera. So these are ideal for you to pop in like all your ticket stubs and things like that from your holidays. Then here we've got another postcard flip, and behind here is a smaller version of this. with a little tuck spot behind the postcard here, and then a bit of a layered journaling space, so you could just, you know, write on all of this if you wanted to, or journal around it. But that just looks quite cool. And those very cute little people on there. This here, I used some of the faux washi borders out of Rose's kit, and I've just made a really simple kind of belly band tuck to put these lovely tags in that she's got in her kit. And all I've done is I've just popped one at the bottom, one at the top. I glued the bottom one across the base, I glued the top one down the sides, and then I took some lace like this, cut it to shape, and simply just glued it over the top of both of those strips there. And then I've got a nice deep pocket come belly band, so I really like that. Next postcard then, and then I've just done another additional little flip behind there. That's out of our new kit as well. You'll see that in our Etsy shop. We'll link all these kits down below for you. And then this one, I love this, is my favourite page out of the Hollyhocks kit. So I've just used that page there as a very large pocket. I've popped in the 2 envelopes out of Rose's kit, and on this page then here we've got the last postcard, and hidden behind there is a double pocket. Again, this is ephemera from the kit. You've got a pocket in the front and a pocket at the back as well. And that's the end of that. So there we go. So that is your challenge for this week for the Facebook group. If you're not part of our Facebook group, please feel free to go along and join. I will put the link in the description box below for you. It is Junk Journal Trading Post with Rach and Bella Crafts. But yeah, that will be this week's challenge, to make your own flip journal for you to put in some postcards or any other kind of ephemera that you've got. I mean, you could do, if you don't have any postcards to hand, you could do exactly the same thing with journaling cards, with book plates, book pages, anything, magazine pieces, whatever. So let's see what you do with your stash and your imagination. Don't forget to share the pictures in the Facebook group. Don't forget to add the little hashtag. I think it's RAB_Mini, R-A-B Mini. And yeah, so I hope you really enjoyed today's project. It's great to be back with you all, and I will be back with you hopefully tomorrow with a little haul video to show you all the bits and pieces I picked up while we were on holiday. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you all very soon. Take care now. Bye.